Thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celeb news. Now, today we have Lecrae's silence, a Young Buck's game, Nicki's petition, Cardi calls out your moms, yes, I said that, NBA Youngboy, YK shoots his shot, restaurant chains, 6ix9ine sued, and the Carters ripping someone off. I don't buy it. Yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celeb news, the news that matters to you. Be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, like our video in advance, then make sure you come back at the end and double check that you liked it. Shout out to the ladies in the comment section. We love hearing from y'all. Shout out to Rizzo for being a good sport. Make sure you post a link of your page in our comment section, bruh. We gotta support each other, and you know how we do. Trolls in the dungeon gets no love here. Now, first up on deck is my boy Lecrae, who found himself like a deer in headlights when he participated in a sit-down with both Atlanta megachurch pastor Lou Giglio and the CEO of Chick-fil-A, Dan Cathy. Now, my boy was stuck in prayer mode when Pastor Giglio started talking crazy about how we often consider the curse of slavery, but we never speak about the blessing of slavery. Now, I'm sure my boy does not use profanity, but I could imagine the thought, what the F was going through his mind. Giglio proceeded to pour out the ridiculous nonsense that slavery brought about a blessing for white people because white people are now in privileged positions due to slavery. At this point, Lecrae was probably praying, Lord, please give me your grace and keep me from coming out this chair and slapping the ish out this mother effer. Forgive me, Lord. I didn't mean to cuss in this prayer. But are you hearing this? Pastor Giglio continued on and said, quote, and so a lot of people call this white privilege. And when you say those two words, it's like a fuse goes off for a lot of white people because they don't want somebody telling them to check their privilege. Hey, if the phrase is the trip up, let's get over the phrase. I think maybe a great thing for me is to call it, listen to what he says, to call it white blessing. That I'm living in the blessing of the curse that happened generationally that allowed me to grow up in Atlanta. Close quote, essentially saying what one person in social media so eloquently, what one person in social media so eloquently put it as this. They said, quote, so white privilege is not white blessing. Please don't do that. Slavery was indeed a demonic curse, and what came out of it was also a curse. That logic means I can kidnap someone, force them to work for free, and call the prophet my blessing. No, sir, at Lou Giglio. Nope. Close quote. A blessing. Cue the doves and the bubbles and the clouds with the heavenly choir. Yo, I love God's people. Really, I do. Many of them need to be slapped. Now, Lecrae was under fire because the pastor was spouting out his ridiculous rhetoric and Lecrae was nodding while the pastor was speaking. Now, because he's Lecrae, many in social media did not quite drag him, but they expressed their disappointment at his silence. Oh, by the way, go and listen to his song, No Silence. That joint was kind of hot. I'm assuming he probably didn't want at that moment to come off as the angry black man while processing what he was actually hearing. In fact, Lecrae made the following statement. He said, first of all, I want you to know I wasn't okay with it. Even as I sat there, I was uncomfortable and I was processing on like, oh man, what do I say in light of this? It's been a lot of times where I navigated through white supremacy or racial injustice where I've been trying to figure out how I wanted to lash out or where I wanted to lash out, honestly, in anger. I ended up having a conversation with the pastor subsequently, right after we talked, and then I talked to him again last night and let him know my views and my perspectives. Obviously, I wasn't okay with it, and we can't just be virtually signaling to each other and just doing this because that's the in thing to do or to talk about race on platforms. And I didn't have any ulterior motives other than to help and articulate some of what's going on in our world. Close quote. Letting us know that he did, in fact, address the pastor for his ridiculous statements on the side. Now, what many of us wanted to hear, what many of us wanted to see was him addressing him right in our face. Now, to be fair, the pastor did apologize, but that's neither here nor there at this point, because T.I. jumped in the conversation saying if he was there, he probably would have tested the man's jaw to see if he would, in fact, turn the other cheek, while saying, quote, "Nah, bruh, that's what I keep trying to tell y'all. They could give a F less about what we think or how we feel. They only care about how much we spend," close quote. Also highlighting the fact that the pastor was considerate of the emotions and the feelings of his white racist supporters more than the feelings of normal white people and blacks that support him, and one needs to go back and do the math to see that the racist population is far less than the normal population. Now, it's only fair, once again, to note that the pastor did apologize, but the Most High himself said, quote, "Out of the overflow of the heart speaks the mouth," close quote, meaning our words often reflect our heart. What came out your mouth, pastor, was really what was in your heart, pastor. Just keep it a buck. And speaking of keeping it a buck, remember how we spoke about Youngboy, who went on the internet and pleaded for all his followers to send him $1? Well, looks like Youngboy's luck is turning around, and he now has $1,100 because the game, who is in the middle of settling his own debts, posted the following, quote, "Niggas keep hitting my DMs trying to be funny with this video of my nigga Youngboy, aka Buckshot, at Buckshot, asking for people to cash app him $1. Hate to see my nigga having to do that type of ish," the game wrote. He also continues saying, "No, we ain't hollered at you in years, but I had to hit your ish with a band just on the strength, and I'm gonna send another $1,000 to somebody young and black to help them out with their situation this month. Times are crazy for everybody right now, and we all have to do our part to make sure the mission is accomplished," close quote, showing the world that situations like Youngboy's are no laughing matter. Now, of course, down in the comments, where all goodness goes to die, someone stated, quote, "The game giving everybody some money except for his sexual assault accuser child," with a drunk face emoji. Man, the comment section can indeed be savage. Now, Nicki Minaj has some real problems nowadays, and she needs all hands on deck. Now, I'll attempt to not be too heavy-handed with this one. Nicki recently posted an image stating that if there is anyone out there that can help her with a specific bra size, which I didn't even know existed, to drop it in her comments. Nicki posted, quote, "Oh hey, if you wear a triple D cup / double E cup or bigger, what bra is actually comfortable on you? Asking for a friend," close quote. No commentary. No comment. Can someone help her out and just lend her a hand? All right, get her a maternity bra or something. Just. Now, Cardi B found herself on the business end of social media's knife when they tried to shame her for an image of her at Target, talking about, "Oh, she's shaped like a square." Now, I'm sitting here like, social media? If you don't get your natural body hating that, see, that's why I can't stand social media. But here I am, making the sacrifice for you. Now, Cardi did respond and came for social media's sister and moms when in her post titled "Leave My Rolls Alone," she said the following, quote, "Now I know a B gained some weight. I had to make the thighs match the mother effing behind." So she then goes further on and says, "I know you bees ain't talking when y'all shaped like seals. I know you niggas ain't talking when y'all got sisters with bison backs and y'all mothers is shaped like walruses." Ending, close quote, ending with the fact that she's got, wait for it now, lipo money. Now, I want you to pause and think about her jab for a second. Then think about your sister, Got it? Now your mom's. Now I dare you to say my sister and my mom's is shaped like an hourglass. And I'll ask you, how is the weather in Alabama?
So I have to do this video because I'm seeing that y'all putting this edited Target picture of me looking like a motherfucking square. So you know what I'm saying? I have to do this video because yesterday I posted a picture too spicy and the haters claimed that I was photoshopping it. So now I gotta show you this motherfucking body. Now I know a bitch gained some weight, you know what I'm saying? Because I have to make the thighs match the motherfucking ass. You know what I'm talking about? But I know you bitches ain't talking when y'all shaped like seals. And I know you niggas ain't talking when y'all got sisters with bison backs and y'all mothers is shaped like walruses. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all ain't body shaming me. Now I know I gained a little weight. Hold on, I'm actually holding it in because I ate breakfast, lunch, and I ate some ice cream. Hold on. Woo! Back again. I'm back at it again. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter though. A bitch got lipo money. I got lipo money.
The Forgot to Evolve award goes to the clowns who decided it was a good idea to record themselves breaking into NBA Youngboy's house and stealing a few items, namely some car keys and approximately $20. Along with a video of their breaking into NBA Youngboy's house, the thieves also stated the following to NBA Youngboy. Here Youngboy ish. Taking his ish, nigga. F your crib, we coming for all that ish. Now the thieves held Youngboy's items hostage before demanding a $30,000 ransom for his items. When they got in touch with Youngboy, the thieves stated, quote, "You wanna buy your ish back or what?" NBA said, "You ain't get ish, you flunked out behind nigga. I'm trying to see where you at, you dumb mother effer. What you got, $20 out the car?" Now the thieves replied by saying, "You know what we got, stop the cap," implying that they have the keys to the Rolls Royce. What, so you can start my car? I just took a picture in the same car today with my little boy, you BA nigga. Close quote. Before the conversation becomes very unintelligible, you got to be a special type of stupid to record yourself breaking and entering and stealing. You see, generally, thieves don't make themselves known to their targets, so this person is more like a professional troll to me and less like an experienced thief. Stay tuned for how this story plays out in the coming days. Now, YK Osiris is up on deck and has been in our news lately, largely for participating in boxing matches with the likes of Blueface, Designer, and even challenging Drake to a bout before quickly admitting that Drake will put the paws on him for real. Now, YK has stepped out of the ring and stepped to Reginae, letting her know that he is madly in love with her when he went on to the Shade Room and expressed his feelings for her in what I must call a very respectable fashion. Now, folks may try to clown the man, but think closely about what he did. Lots of guys are guarded trying to keep their fragile egos intact. He put that to the side, not once, but twice. YK stepped to the young lady in public. It wasn't a DM or anything like that. I mean, he might have DM'd in the past, but he did this on the stage of social media. He politely asks her for a chance, accompanied by the word, please. He then provided a promise. People in love often bind themselves with promises. He promises the world itself. A tall order for the guy, but the man is in love. What do you want, right? He then pulls the comparison card stating that he is not into playing games like other rappers, attempting to knock all others out of the box. Your boy tells Reginae he's got 3 major pluses that should solidify his position for top spot in her life. He states her father will love him. Going the dad route, nice. He then says he emphasizes the fact that he is intelligent. It's always better when someone else emphasizes that, but at least he prioritized equality. And lastly, YK stated that he loves God, letting her know that he is smart enough to know that the orderly creation we live in does not haphazardly come about in the same sense that like a dictionary would come from an exploded letter factory. Well, there you have it, Reginae. Just consider the man.
Come on, just give me a chance. I'm not like these other rappers. I'm gonna give you the world. Stop leaving me on red, baby. Please. I know you tired of the bull crap, niggas doing dumb jump, but I'm not gonna do it. Your daddy gonna like me. I'm gonna give you the world, baby. Listen, and I'm smart. And I love God.
2 Chainz restaurant is again in some hot water. During the pandemic, cities and states started closing down due to quarantine rules to limit the spread of the coronavirus pandemic. Now, many restaurants were strongly encouraged to close their doors and employed social distancing norms and rules to curb the spread of the Rona. 2 Chainz restaurant told social distancing rules to get your damn hands off me before being grabbed up and slammed on a wall by social distancing warriors. Now, the family company of Pablo Escoba is trying to pull a chain snatch move and stick your boy 2 Chainz for 10 million. The Colombian drug lord's family is suing 2 Chainz for $10 million over trademark violations. Evidently, 2 Chainz has been using the drug lord's name and likeness in a variety of places to promote his restaurant. Not only is the name Escobar a trademarked name, but Escobar's likeness is also being used on 2 restaurant locations, merch, the menus, websites, social media, without being given the proper clearance. The Escobar estate is also making sure that 2 Chainz cannot use their Escobar name or likeness at either of his restaurants now and in the future. I mean, the nerve of the man, opening a restaurant business to feed people when he could have just started an elaborate drug enterprise that has destroyed millions of lives. Imagine the discussion Escobar gonna have on Judgment Day. Now, you would think that if you were locked up for the next few months and potentially years, certain legal actions would stop or be put on pause. But I would counter that thought with, what you think this is? 6ix9ine and his incarcerated partner, Shotti, were both named in a lawsuit when both were scheduled to appear at a concert in Washington, D.C. in 2018, but instead appeared at Power 105's Powerhouse concert in New Jersey on the same day. 6ix9ine and Shotti, according to promoters Ben-Hur Tesfaladit and Anton Alexander, were given advance pay of $58,470 of the $60,000, which 6ix9ine is claiming they were never paid. The promoters are suing the pair for $5.3 million. Now, lastly, Jay-Z and Beyonce have an album called Everything is Love. Unfortunately, Dr. Antoinette Stein is getting no love from the Carters, especially since her voice was used on the song Black Effect, which features Dr. Stein's voice, although she received no credit for the feature. Dr. Antoinette Stein states that she is renowned in Jamaica for her artistry and wisdom. Dr. Stein has filed a lawsuit against the Carters for using her voice, which was supposed to only be for promotional use during the first minute of the actual song Black Effect. Dr. Stein stated that when she heard her voice on the actual song and was not credited for it, she felt artistically raped. She claims that she was quickly given a contract and told by the Carters' representatives that she need not worry because her voice would only be used for promotional use. She signed the contract but claims she was not paid for her vocal work. Dr. Stein is suing Jay and Beyonce for copyright infringement and violation of her right to publicity, plus damages, of course. She also wants a writing credit. It seems like every week we're giving you news that involve Jay-Z and some sketchy business deal. Hopefully, everything turns out right, and if that is all in fact true, Dr. Stein gets paid for her services. Yo, let us know what you think. Did Dr. Stein's play herself not reading the contract before messing with Jay-Z and Beyonce, and would you have done the same thing out of being hyped for even working with them? And should Ray Janae give YK Osiris a chance, or should she mess with a 9-to-5er like one of us? Yo, let us know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to like the video. Be sure to subscribe. Thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celeb news.